Just like that.
That'd be a good one. But another one that came to my mind, which I guess is less practical but still be pretty cool, was the piano. A little tickle in the ivories here. As you can tell, I don't need to master the ability to tell jokes.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 31 of the ScruffCast. I'm Jon.
And I'm Dan.
Listeners, I know it's been a while, but we're back and better than ever.
And we're not screaming the numbers.
No, we weren't in your face. We were just a little, just a little bit of oomph, just that right punch.
Next week it might change, though, so we see.
Yeah, week to week it changes.
Week to week. We'll see how it goes.
But we're here for episode 31. It's hard to believe. We've already had 30 of these.
It's hard to believe we stuck through it all this way.
That's true as well. We were pretty consistent. We only missed a week or two here. I know we're coming off a 1 week hiatus. We got some tweets.
And then a week before that, too.
Yes.
We've sucked recently.
Well, yeah.
It's mostly my fault.
It's summer, we're just living that life.
Yeah, that's right. Been a little busy, but I think now we're back on track. You should also tell them. Well, I guess they're going to know once they listen to this.
Yes, by the time you're listening to this, you'll notice the ScruffCast has made a change. We're no longer releasing on Tuesdays. We're releasing smack dab the middle of the week on Wednesdays.
Making hump day great again. The ScruffCast.
I think that's our merch right there.
Oh, I like that. Get the red hats and everything.
Yeah. I'm down.
Hopefully the sound is okay.
Yeah, we have a new studio
studio location, so hopefully the sound is all right.
The paparazzi was driving us crazy at the old one. We had to move to a remote location.
All right. So we had a question to ponder from last week. If you all remember, I don't, so I'll read it out one more time. Okay, so the question to ponder from last week was, if you could learn any one skill in the world without trying, like a Matrix learning style, which would you pick? So, before we get into ours,
a listener wrote in to scruffcast@gmail.com.
That's right. So here we go, I'll read it out. Hey, ScruffCast team, great job as always. Thank you.
I like that we were ScruffCast team.
I like that. That is nice. We always appreciate compliments. Keep sending those in.
Yes.
If I could have any skill, it would be to be able to quickly learn and speak any language. It would be dope to blow people's minds if people were speaking Russian, for example, thinking you can't speak a lick of it, and responding to them. That is a good one.
That is a good choice.
Very versatile.
I
probably would have chose that one if they didn't already choose it.
Yeah.
And they emailed us like literally the next day.
Yeah. So they've been waiting on this.
So they got it. Also, they had here. Also, can I recommend Messiah Jury as hero of the week for that amazing trade a few weeks ago? So for anyone who doesn't know, Messiah Jury is the president of the Toronto Raptors. For anyone who cares about sports, the Raptors trade DeRozan. See, this is like 3 weeks ago now. This was really relevant when he sent this email, but it's been
old
a while.
News. And anybody unfamiliar, Hero of the Week is the new feature of the podcast we added a couple weeks back, where each week we choose our Hero of the Week. You might remember the inaugural Hero of the Week was the guy who skipped out on work for 10 years by just clocking in and clocking out. And then the Hero of the Week
last week,
which I guess last episode, I don't even remember because it
was the guy who took the girl's car he was on a date with to go on a date with another girl?
Oh, yes. No. Wasn't it? He would have been any other week we would have picked that guy, but he got overturned because we had to pick somebody who was
who was it?
Even better of a hero. I think so. It was it
was a guy who decided to become a woman to get cheaper car insurance. Genius. Which we got so many I did anyway. So many people that I talked to after we did that episode, just were loving that idea.
Yeah, we got some good feedback.
Mostly males, obviously, but
yeah, we got some good feedback about the Hero of the Week segment. So, and we didn't even ask for people. Did we ask for people to email us with their suggestions for Hero of the Week? Maybe we did. But anyways, this listener killing it. Very first week, boom.
He already has his own Hero of the Week, and he wasn't even anything we talked about. But we're also open to that too. Give us your hero on anything, any current event going on. Give us your hero.
Yeah.
Or you can choose a hero from any of the articles we read out.
Yeah, you can reach us scruffcast@gmail.com or on Twitter @scruffcast. Or if you're watching on YouTube right now, funny little thumbnail I'll put up there, hit that thumb up. Give us your hero in the comments.
John,
don't feel like you guys can't nominate us as hero of the week as well.
That's true too. Yeah. John, I'm gonna let you know I'm feeling good about this new little studio we're in.
I'm feeling it too. We have a nice little setup. We even brewed some cup of Joe over here.
We got it's a little more like formal. Before we were like kind of couch and chair. It was a little lazy.
Yeah.
Now we're at a nice table.
Before we're just lounging. Now I feel like I'm Larry
looking
King
into
over
each
here.
other's eyes as we're speaking. Just loving it. And I don't have to hold my mic.
No, because your mic.
If any of you guys remember, my mic stand broke. But we got these little tiny tripod stands, so I can just put it right on the table, and I can throw my hands around everywhere if I feel like it.
Get a little animated. One day maybe we'll have video versions of these podcasts.
Maybe.
All right, I'd say it's been about 5 minutes of rambling. Maybe the listeners are ready to jump into it. Oh, no, because we didn't even give them our answers for the question of ponder.
Oh, Jesus, right, okay.
Well, on fire this week.
Okay, you can go first.
All right, so the question of ponder was, if you could learn any one skill in the world without trying, like Matrix learning style, which would you pick? Now, the first thing that came to my mind was if I could master the ability to speed read and retain the information.
Oh,
because
man,
then it's
that's a good one.
Then it's like I'm able to learn other skills, right? It's like the genie wishing for more wishes sort of thing, right? I'm hacking around it.
All you gotta do is buy all those the for dummies books.
Yeah,
something for dummies, and you can just read them so quick, retain all the information. You retain information from a physics textbook if you wanted to. Boom, instantly become astrophysicist. Just like that.
That'd be a good one. But another one that came to my mind, which I guess is less practical but still be pretty cool, was the piano. I thought it'd be a good one.
That is a good one too. The piano, beautiful instrument.
All right, a little tickle in the ivories here. As you can tell, I don't need to master the ability to tell jokes.
All right.
What was your answer, Dan?
Mine would be probably to learn some type of martial art.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Whichever the best one is for just kicking ass,
Yeah, well, in the Matrix, as we said, Matrix learning style, he learns Kung Fu. He goes to the Matrix and he goes, I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, I would probably try to learn some jujitsu, something like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? Try to learn just an awesome thing so I can defend myself and anything that happens. I wouldn't just go out and fighting people, but something came up. You can throw down.
You could walk around with that swagger, with that confidence that nobody's ever going to be able to mess with you.
That would be nice.
Cutting ahead of me a line while I'm buying bread at the grocery store? Poof! Give him the double arm bar.
The elbow to the back fist.
the 1-2.
That's it. All right, at the end of this episode, we will obviously have another question to ponder, and we will have our hero of the week picked out. We may have a different hero of the week because we haven't picked one yet.
No, we're going to go with the flow. And as always,
we may have different ones here.
We haven't fully read all the articles, so we get to learn along with you guys.
You
just got to go by the headlines these days. And how can you not just go by the headlines when you have stuff like this? From ksat.com, surveillance video shows trio stealing shark by disguising it as a baby.
I'm loving this already.
Yes, so this took place in Leon Valley, Texas.
Which I think is... continue. I was going to say, I think it's near San Antonio, because then it says here, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead.
Alrighty. Leon Valley police say a well-trained trio took Shark Week too far, because it's been so long since we've done the podcast. Shark Week is relevant. Took Shark Week too far, stealing a horn shark from the San Antonio Aquarium Saturday afternoon. According to Police Chief Joseph Salvaggio, the group stole the shark from an open pool where visitors are allowed to reach in and pet the various species in the tank. 2 men and a woman are wanted in connection with the theft. So police chief said one of the men grabbed the shark by its tail while the others wrapped it in a wet blanket, went into a back room, put the shark in a bucket, and then put the bucket in the stroller. So this is already very complex.
Yeah, because it's funny because I watched the video and I didn't they didn't show all of that, right? So first off, how do these people get into the back room?
That's an interesting question. My first thought too was they're well prepared because they had a wet blanket. They're let's wet the blanket before we take the shark.
Yeah.
Right, and then they were smart about it. They didn't just wrap the shark up and put the shark in the stroller. It's gonna be flopping all over.
They put it in a bucket.
They'd be like, "Oh damn, baby's got Parkinson's. What's going on over here?" It's rattling all over the place, and they're bumping. Oh, excuse me. So they actually went to the back. Yeah, I don't know how they got into the back room. But so according to Jenny Spellman, the general manager of the aquarium, an employee noticed what was going on, immediately notified management. I have to imagine, like, maybe they weren't so swift about it. They're like, what? What's going on here? Immediately ran to the manager.
Yeah, because you're probably like, you're not expecting anyone to steal a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to imagine this is the first time it's happened, at least at this aquarium.
Like, it's not a big shark. This thing's probably like, what, 1.5 feet long?
Yeah, if it was big enough that he could grab it, right? And if it's in like this pool where you can, like, you're allowed to pet it.
Exactly, yeah. But still, it's a shark nonetheless.
Yeah. All right, so the manager said the men went into a back room, put the shark into a San Antonio aquarium bucket that had a bleach solution. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
She said the bleach might have shocked the shark's system. The men are then seen on surveillance emerging from the room with the bucket, loading the bucket into the bottom of a stroller. So the police chief says here, when we first got the call, we thought it was kind of a hoax, being that it was Shark Week last week. But it turns out someone actually went inside the aquarium there in Leon Valley and stole a horn shark. Police chief said that the group had to have some knowledge of aquariums and likely went to the aquarium specifically for that shark. So I like to imagine, they went out to the diner in the morning, they're eating their toast, they're eating their eggs, and they're like talking about the upcoming heist, right? They're like, okay, we're going to go in there. Gonna stand next to the kids at the little petting pool. Nobody's gonna suspect anything.
Classic heist movie stuff.
Yeah. Right? The horn shark comes up. Pow! Got him. The other guy brings the blanket in the back room. Then back up. Just like Superman when he's going in the phone booth and changing. Bim, bam, boom. And then it's in the bottom. And then they're like, oh, we're in the clear.
Which they kind of were because they didn't get caught.
But well, they did get caught. An employee noticed.
Yeah, but they haven't got caught yet. Like, they were able to get out.
Oh, like nobody actually found them.
Yeah.
Did they get out with the shark? Well, I guess we should read the article.
I watched the video.
So, the police chief goes on to say, it's very obvious the person knows what he's looking for and went there specifically for that area. When he was talking about, like, I guess watching the surveillance video. We got a good look at the person or persons involved. There's 3 people involved. Oh, okay. A great quote there. So it said the group attempted to pass the shark off as a baby. The manager went out to the parking lot to confront the group about the shark theft. One of the men refused to let the manager search the truck and said that his son was sick and he needed to leave immediately.
Okay, so they did kind of get caught. Just not by the police.
Yeah. So the man got into a truck, drove away, leaving the woman and the other man behind. Oh, man. Dude, just like a heist movie. Like, there's always, the one guy goes rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue shit.
Leaves everybody else behind.
Police have tracked down the truck and are trying to determine who was driving the truck at the time of the theft, if not the truck's owner. So maybe they stole the truck as well. Mm-hmm. They have a person of interest in custody and have impounded the truck. So far, no charges have been filed.
Okay, so they did kind of get
So facing felony charges in connection with the theft.
Jesus.
They go on to say, we'll be surprised if the shark survives. We sure hope it does, but being outside of the environment that it's made to be in, the warm water, salt water, there's a good chance it won't make it. So, interestingly, like, I guess the manager confronted him, but he just left with the shark.
Yeah.
So,
my son, he's in this wet blanket. He's very sick.
Yeah.
Because he's in a wet blanket.
Yeah. He's trying to cool him down in that Leon Valley, Texas heat. Very bizarre. Like, what? Why did they want to take the shark?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I know that, like, in China, like, shark fin soup's a big thing, right? Maybe they're gonna try and unload it in Chinatown.
They're probably just some wily rednecks who have, like, their own aquarium. They're like, let's get ourselves one of them sharks.
Well, I've actually read before that there's a larger number of tigers in private collections in Texas
than there is in the wild.
I'm pretty sure.
In Texas?
Yeah.
So they get them, like, imported in, obviously.
I guess if you're rich and you have, like,
a lot of rich people
big
in
yard.
Texas.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's false, but I mean, I don't know. The listeners can't fact check me.
No.
All right, well, that was just a ridiculous article. I just had to throw it in there, of course.
As they usually are.
All right, on to the next one, which is another animal-related article here. So this comes from thestraitstimes.com, which take that for what you will. Dog owner in China pays $9,000 in compensation to Lamborghini driver who hit her dog. So immediately, right at the headline, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell?
Yeah, this sounds ridiculous.
But I read the article, and it makes a little more sense. It's ridiculous for reasons you're not expecting.
All right, let's hear it.
A dog owner from Suzhou, China, agreed to pay a Lamborghini driver 45,000 yuan, which is about $9,000, in compensation after her golden retriever broke free from its leash and ran onto the road. Chinese media reported. The dog suffered only minor injuries, but the 8 million yuan luxury sports car was damaged. Jiangsu News reported that the traffic police had determined that the owner was at fault, the owner of the dog. The dog owner's 13-year-old daughter had been walking the dog at the time of the accident. The owner reportedly had no objections to paying the compensation.
Wow.
The driver said the damage to the car would cost 450,000 yuan, including the replacement of the side skirt and air intake duct, and he agreed to pay the remainder himself. The driver did.
Oh, wow.
The Liaoshen Wenbao, which I have no idea what the hell that is. But the Liaoshen Wenbao...
Maybe it's like a newspaper or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Reported that the driver had originally offered to pay for the dog's medical expenses as well as for the repairs to his car. I guess the guy's well off. He's driving a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
However, this is where it gets crazy. When the girl called her mother... So, 13-year-old kid. The girl called her mother. They agreed to pay the 45,000 yuan to the driver instead. So the driver was perfectly content to pay it all, but the mother was like, no, we'll pay.
You know what? You know what this article does?
What?
It just shows us all this clickbait garbage.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to filter out this junk.
Yeah, because
it's especially bad because you're on an iPad over there.
No. I'm talking about like clickbait, like just how they get you with the titles of the article.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dog owner in China pays 9,000 in compensation to Lamborghini driver who hit her dog. It just seems like, by the sound of this article, it just seemed like the guy who drove the Lamborghini is a total douche, right? Hit this dog. It was like, oh, you got to pay for
That's
this.
what made me click the article. Then I read through and I got to the truth. That's what we do on the ScruffCast.
Yeah, it's like, and this guy driving the car was a nice guy. He's like, no, I'll pay for everything.
Yeah. What I found interesting was that it was actually the woman's mother said, no, we'll pay. Right? So according to South China Morning Post, SCMP, the driver wrote on a social media site, Weibo, the girl's mother had wanted her daughter to learn a lesson. So under Chinese civil law, the owner could have been held fully liable for the repair costs for failing to keep the dog under control. So there's a pretty short article, but what stood out to me was originally, I read the headline thinking, oh man, how the hell did that happen? She's ordered to pay when he hit her dog, when really it's she let her dog off the leash, right?
Yeah.
And then he offered to pay for everything, but the girl, who's only 13, right, called her mother, and her mom's like, no, I want you to learn a lesson. It's like, damn,
$9,000
damn,
lesson.
that's harsh.
Yeah. That's not coming out of that girl's pocket, the 13-year-old girl. How's she learning the lesson?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's like, oh, I had to spend all your dinner money on food, on repairing this car, so now you get no food for...
So now we don't eat for a month.
Yeah. I'm hungry. Well, too bad.
Don't eat for a year.
You get 1 grain of rice a day. That's it. All right. Next story here. This story kind of reminds me of our original hero of the week, the guy who skipped out on work for 10 years.
Okay.
But this one, it's even a little closer to home because that one was in Spain. This one here from 6abc.com. Action News, Philadelphia. California DMV worker slept on the job for nearly 4 years, audit finds.
Oh.
Which is like, how are these people... Where do I get one of these jobs?
How are these people getting away with this?
Yeah, and where do I get one of these jobs? So this took place in Fresno, California. A key data operator at the Department of Motor Vehicles failed to perform her essential duties over a period of nearly 4 years because she slept at her desk for extended periods of time during work hours, according to a state audit. From February 2014 through December 2017, the employee misused more than 2,200 hours of work time as a result of sleeping on the job, costing the state more than $40,000, the report said. So right away, I'm like, $40,000 for 2,200 hours of work. That doesn't seem like a lot. Like at first blush, right?
Well, that's 275 days. I just used a calculator.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. So
she's getting paid fairly well.
At $40,000 for 2,200 hours. Or I guess I should. We're doing math on the fly on the ScruffCast here.
ScruffCast math. It's not going well.
Oh no, I did it wrong again. Anyways, it's a lot of money, right? That she wasted.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like $18 an hour. So that's not bad. Anyways, back to the article here. So, costing the state more than $40,000, the state audit report said. The findings are detailed in the California State Auditor's twice-a-year report on state worker misconduct. Now, that makes you think, how did she get away with it? The other twice-yearly reports that they were doing since then.
Yeah, exactly, for the 4 years.
And these DMV jobs are kind of like lifer jobs. You get there, you don't really get fired unless you do something like this.
The government
So how long was this lady working there before she's started to just sleep? Right?
Yeah, I know.
And you go to the DMV, you stand there in line, right? You're waiting. Usually old people ahead, right? And you got to go renew your sticker or whatever crap. And it's one giant line, and then they call you over to the different ones, right? And you can see the people helping other people. So it's all these booths full, and this woman's just snoozing in hers.
If I looked over the counter and saw a lady sleeping, I'd throw something at her. I'd be so mad. Those lines were outrageous.
If you're in the employee or the person in line.
If I'm a person in line.
If I'm the employee, I'm going over and I'm giving her a smack in the back of the head.
Well, yeah, hey, get going here.
Yeah.
But you know what? They all work so goddamn slow anyway. They're in no rush.
That's true.
They don't care.
No, they're just cruising because it's not like they have
You
to
get your sleep, girl. You deserve it.
Yeah, Janelle, you get it. So it's not like they're gonna have overtime because it's 5 o'clock. Sorry, you gotta go.
Yeah.
They're in no rush.
No, they're in no rush at all for anything.
No, they're probably if I'm a little slower, the next person I won't go over to that other person. So I don't know. The ball's on this lady. She must have just been help one customer and then just nap.
Yeah, crazy.
So, according to the audit, since February 2014, the employee failed to perform the essential duties of her position for at least 3 hours each workday because she continually fell asleep at work. So, that makes it seem like she's trying, but she's just can't stay awake.
Maybe she has some type of medical condition.
Maybe. So, during the investigation, the employer's supervisor said that because she woke up the employee 3 to 4 times each day, she believed the employee missed only 20 to 30 minutes of work time daily. Which, what?
That's still, you're still cool with that?
Yeah, if I have to wake my employee up 3 to 4 times each day, I'd be what the hell?
You just, the first time alone, I'd be
whoa,
you do this one more time. Walk yourself out the door. That's it.
Yeah, 3 to 4 times daily for
Sleeping at your desk,
who knows how long, right?
This isn't high school.
Yeah, ridiculous. So, and then the supervisor was just chill thinking, oh, I thought she was just missing 20 to 30 minutes of work time each day.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
3 to 4 times. Oh, ridiculous. So, however, 4 witnesses reported consistently observing the employee sleeping at her desk for hours at a time during work hours, rather than the 20 to 30 minutes estimated by the supervisor. So, she got snitched on. Mm-hmm. Right? Snitches give stitches. So, in fact, 2 of these witnesses estimated that the employee slept for a minimum of 3 hours each workday because the supervisor did not consistently wake up the employee, even when the supervisor was aware that the employee was sleeping. So this whole story is bizarre. So the supervisor just doesn't care.
No,
I guess everybody working for the government, they just
nobody cares.
Yeah, they just clocked out. They're just slowly.
The supervisor just makes more money than the rest of them.
Yeah, they're just slowly, crunching through the time, waiting for their big ass pensions.
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Yeah. So the DMV stated in March 2018, after the completion of the investigation, it issued to the employee a corrective memorandum that contains the necessary language that will allow it to issue an adverse action to her if she does not correct her behavior. So she doesn't even get fired?
It seems like nothing even happened to her. Not even a suspension or had to pay some money back. Nothing.
They just sent her a corrective memo saying, "Please don't sleep at work anymore." This is ridiculous.
And now they can do something about it if she doesn't correct her behavior.
Yeah. So, with the guy in Spain who skipped out on work for 10 years, he was he knew what he was doing. He's sly about it. This woman just seems
like he was also a government worker too.
He was a government worker too. This lady just seems like she's just snoozing through work, and then they're like, Janelle, you got to get up, and she's like, kind of gets up,
tired.
Helps a customer, falls back asleep, and then the supervisor Janelle, come on,
that's just so Janelle.
Too many mimosas this morning, this is blowing my mind. The supervisor was totally cool with her missing 20 to 30 minutes a day, right? Which is
already ridiculous.
Waking her up 3 to 4 times.
But then it turns out the supervisor also knew that she was sleeping for 3 hours a day.
Yeah. And then she doesn't even get fired. And it costs the state $40,000. If I was a California taxpayer, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be going to the DMV just to see this lady. And then be really slow. Like super slow.
Yeah, I know.
One time I went to not the DMV, but like the Service Ontario Ministry here.
Yeah.
And the fire alarm went off. So we all had to vacate the premises.
Did you like run back in to get first line?
No.
Did you just leave?
No, I waited.
Jesus. How long did it take?
Probably like 30 minutes. Because in the same plaza, there was like a shoe store that made like orthotics, and their little oven like caught on fire. And
So that's what it was?
Yeah, and in the plaza, it shares like one like fire alarm system.
Oh my god.
So like we had to wait for the fire truck to show up. This is exhilarating podcast material.
This one's been a little slow.
Yeah. I mean, like, can you believe it? The orthotic caught on fire.
Whoa! All right.
What
do we got next here, John?
Next, this one comes from the New York Post, a more reputable news source than some of these other articles. This one's bizarre. So, passenger...
I saw this.
Yeah, passenger drags seizure victim off train in, and it has single quotes here, disturbing scene. Why the quotes? Like, they're saying, like... anyways. An investigation is ongoing into a very disturbing incident caught on video of a man removing an unconscious passenger from a commuter train in California, transit officials said. So a 6-minute video shot by a passenger aboard a metro train shows a white man dragging an unconscious black man onto the platform at the Blue Line's Wardlow station in Long Beach. So right away they're turning this into a racial issue because they mentioned the race of both guys.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't know if that's relevant to the story, but...
We're about to find out.
They just tossed it in there. So this dude is passed out on the train. And this motherfucking white boy is doing the motherfucking most. A man who recorded the incident says, the motherfucker just yanked him off fucking train. So he won't have to stop and miss a fucking red. The quote was a lot longer than I was expecting. I
know. You had to take a few breaths there.
So basically, to give you the gist, a guy on the train had a seizure, right? So then this, older white man, businessman looking guy, drags the now unconscious guy who had a seizure off of the train onto the platform. The guy's just passed out. He forcibly drags him out of the train onto the platform.
And then hops back on the train.
Because he wants the paramedics to be able to get to the guy on the platform so that his train won't be delayed.
Yes.
Right? He's a businessman. He's got business meetings to go to.
Okay, let's keep reading here.
So the unconscious man had just suffered a seizure on the train, according to the witness, who gave you that long-ass quote I said before.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see authorities called to deal with this guy the way they deal with everybody else, the witness continued. Dude just had a seizure, but this white boy's going to be dragging him off the damn train so he don't miss his ride. So this guy's fired up. And this guy's also mentioning that, the guy's white.
This guy also seems racist.
Yeah.
So white people.
What? Dan, I've heard people tell me that's not even possible. We're not getting into that on this one.
Goddamn possible.
We're not getting into that on this one. Making Hump Day great again.
Anyway.
So no one else on the train complained of having to wait for paramedics to respond, according to the witness, who accused the man of removing the man for his convenience. Well, yeah, the man removed him for his convenience.
Yeah.
I got to also say, a nice benefit of having this new studio, you got to slam your hands on the desk there.
I know, I did a little hand smack.
Objection. All right. So this guy goes on to say, the witness, that's the bullshit white people do because y'all feel y'all can get away with it, the witness said.
Relax, buddy.
The white passenger, clad in a suit, is later seen exiting the train and kneeling down to check the man's pulse. Don't try to act like you give a fuck now. You're the one who dragged him out here, the witness said. Why do they keep saying the white passenger? I guess they don't have the name of this guy. Anyway.
Why can't they just say the passenger?
Yeah. The white passenger then said he was being responsible by removing the unidentified man from the train, a claim the witness flatly rejected. The white passenger also questioned whether the man definitely had a seizure, saying he possibly could have been intoxicated. So another guy's flipping the script. Oh, it's just, being responsible.
Yeah.
Trying to get him out of the train. It don't matter what you thought, the witness said. He had a fucking seizure. The white man then touched the unconscious man's face as he lay on the platform. Oh, there's a video that goes along with that I watched. It's amazing. The guy says, bro, the older white businessman says, bro, are you responsive? He said, okay, he needs paramedics. Can somebody call him paramedics? He kneels down, touches the guy, check his pulse, and says, bro, are you okay?
Hey, bro, you all right?
This is like a 60-year-old white man. In a statement obtained by the Post, transit officials said an investigation's ongoing. Police in Long Beach trying to identify the man in the video, this article keeps calling the white passenger, and will determine if any criminal charges are warranted. Spokesman Rick Jagger said.
Who? Hey, that guy had... What asshole parents.
I know.
Rick Jagger.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is very disturbing. We never want to see this on our system, the statement read. We're getting all the facts, including reviewing the video from the train and the platform, and we'll share more details when they're available. If someone is in distress, we encourage people to call 911 for medical assistance. Officer assigned to the Metro Blue Line responded to the platform about 10:30 p.m. Long Beach police spokeswoman confirmed to the Post. Detectives are reviewing the video. Will coordinate with the district attorney's office to see if there's any criminal negligence took place. But this whole story was bizarre. Right? So, like, I don't know. This guy must have had somewhere really important to go. Or not, because when he dragged the guy off the train, it just slowed everything down. Because, the train didn't close the doors and just, go along to his destination.
Yeah,
right?
so it turns out, right? He was trying to make it speed up, but it just didn't really happen.
Maybe he was just a bumbling buffoon who was thinking oh, I should get this guy off the train so they can get to him quicker. Maybe not.
Maybe
doesn't really sound like it.
Maybe he's just drunk. Maybe the guy was just drunk.
Maybe, but I don't know. The other
but the New York Post says
witnesses.
The white man was wrong.
Yeah, the white man was wrong, and they're going off what the witness said.
I just don't understand why they. This guy seems like the least credible witness ever, just by the way he's talking. And John kind of edited out a lot of the swearing.
Yeah, I was trying my best
because there was even more.
Yeah, well, I imagine the guy on the train was fired up, but notice they never say the black witness. He's just the witness.
Yeah,
right, but they always say the white passenger.
But you know damn well if he's talking about.
Yeah, because
white people always feel like they can do this,
and I think they call him the black witness once in the article, but. It's not neither here nor there, right? What the guy did was ridiculous, pulling the gall of this guy. Oh damn, I'm gonna miss my meeting. I better drag this, crackhead boo boo off the train. Seizure head boo boo, right?
Seizure head boo boo.
And then it just ended up slowing everything down, but it was ridiculous. And then the article tries to turn into this whole race thing. I mean, I guess we need one per week. We always have one article per week that talks about. It's always white person called the cops on black person for something. The best was the socks in the pool.
A lot of those are ridiculous, though.
A lot of them are, especially the socks in the pool.
Socks in the pool is a good one.
Which is I put the fault on the guy with the socks in the pool. It was ridiculous. But we're not getting into it. Although I did get some tweets about it. People were on board with the no socks in the pool.
This one I feel like is not so much a racial thing. I feel like that the business guy would have pulled the white guy off too if he was passed out. If it was the same situation, a white guy, he probably would have pulled him off as well.
Yeah, I don't think
this is so much a race thing.
I don't think so either. I think this guy was just get out of my way.
Socks in the pool was a race thing. I don't think this was.
Yes, I think this guy was just get out of my way. I got places to go.
Exactly.
All right. This next article. This is an old article. It's actually from 2015. But when I read the headline, I was so spicy, we cannot resist.
Okay, let's hear it.
Like the chef's kiss. Mwah. This comes from BBC News. Chinese man with 17 girlfriends arrested for fraud.
What?
You heard me right. 17! A baker's dozen plus 4. A Chinese man who was caught cheating on 17 girlfriends at once has been arrested for fraud. The man from Yuan province made headlines last month so this is not actually last month. The article's older, but made headlines last month when all 17 women discovered each other when they rushed to his hospital bedside. It's straight out of a 90s Mexican telenovela. If I had to imagine, right?
Yeah.
Doll showing up. Juan, are you okay? And they're all named Maria. So the allegation of fraud relates to sums of money which he regularly took from the deceived women, according to the South China Morning Post. Oh, the same guys from the other article. So they're still kicking around.
All right.
The women set up an online chat group called Revenge Alliance.
Oh, boy.
The South China Morning Post said, but I don't like the sounds of this.
No.
This poor guy. It was on his chat group that they discovered he would ask some of his girlfriends for money every month, the paper said. The man, identified only as Mr. Yuan, from the city of Changsha in Hunan province, is reported to have had a child with one of the women and had been planning a wedding with another. Oh, my God. This guy's stressing me out. The next little segment of the article here is called Awkward Meeting. The reality that he had been dating all the women for the same time, some of them for years, came to light when the doctors contacted his loved ones after he had an accident last month. I hate to see that guy's emergency contact form. At that point, he's got to rank the women, right? Yeah. Highest priority.
Who's got to be number one here? Who's the one I trust the most?
Yeah. I was really worried when I heard that he was in the hospital. Zhao Li, who had been seeing Mr. Yuan for 18 months, told the Zhaoxing Chenbao paper at the time.
Just assuming that's how you say all these things.
That's 100% correct. If we have any Chinese listeners, hit me up at ScruffCast, ScruffCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at the ScruffCast. But when I started seeing more and more beautiful girls show up, I couldn't cry anymore. So, if the women were ugly, would this woman have been okay?
Probably.
Oh, these skanks got nothing on me.
I'm better looking than these girls.
Look at that bitch ass cracker. So, when the story of his multiple girlfriends first came to light, thousands of comments were posted on social media about Mr. Wan's exploit. Some admiring his ability to multitask, which I gotta say, how can you not admire? So, that's the gist of the article here, but unbelievable.
How did he keep up this ruse for so long?
In an amazing way. Like dating 17 girlfriends, Dan. If you saw one a day, you're booked up for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my! The guy never had a moment to himself. He had a kid with one,
and then he was. You got to be around that kid most often, like that girl,
because it's not like you're like divorced or anything. Because as far as she's concerned, she's the only one in the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's planning a wedding with another, and then he has 15 other of them.
I don't know how he did it.
I don't know either. And I love that he's somehow convincing them to send him money. Normally you see these stories.
Yeah, it's that's where the fraud comes from. I thought he was like, just by having 17 girlfriends, we're going to charge him with fraud.
I remember I read a similar story, though, where it was a woman who had, I think it was also in China, had like 10 boyfriends or something in the double digits because she was trying to get them to give her money to buy an iPhone. Which I'll see if I can find that article, but it was ridiculous. But 17, that's a lot of people.
You know what?
17.
I'm a firm believer that if you can scam stupid people, you should be able to get away with it.
I suppose so.
Like, think about the two crackheads that were selling the
golden tickets to heaven?
Golden tickets to heaven? Yeah. And they sold, how many of them?
I think there was $10,000 worth.
Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't be charged for fraud. People are actually buying gold tickets to heaven. You guys are morons.
Yeah, I would be looking at the other people.
You deserve to lose your money.
Yeah, it's it's a lesson for being so stupid.
Yeah, these women, buddy, no, I'm not going to give you money anymore. What do you need money for? To take my other 16 girlfriends out on a date. That's why.
Yeah, normally you see it's the Nigerian prince reaches out and he's like, oh, hey, come on by. I need some money, right? He preys on people.
I have a large sum of money, but I can only get it if you buy a $250 Tim's card first.
Come buy that Tim's card. That was terrible.
I know someone who fell for it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to call him out on this podcast. I'll tell you after this, though.
All right. Ooh, a little bit of behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him out. It's pretty funny though. But I got Tim Hortons a lot.
Well, do they even have Tim Hortons
because
in Africa?
you can't return.
No, because right? I know a big scam they do nowadays is they want you to buy iTunes or Apple Store cards as well.
Right.
But right there, that's got to be a red flag because I don't think they have Tim Hortons in Nigeria.
Oh yeah, no. I
don't think go down the street to buy Tim Hortons.
Got to get my coffee for that morning.
Buy that double. Get that double.
It's right by the watering hole.
All right, so I found that other story where I talked about the Chinese woman.
You know, I was just thinking, because Tim Hortons, they have a $10,000 filtration water system in their stores.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just one of those sitting beside all the dirty water that they're all collecting? They have this
and people are lining up.
Store. Yeah. No, they have a whole Tim Hortons store there with a $10,000 water filtration system.
That's why
they're not doing it to help the Africans at all. They're walking 2 miles with the buckets of water on their head, dirty water, and going home and boiling it.
And then that's why these people are genuine. They actually want Tim Hortons gift cards because they want the clean water. They want that $10,000 system. Now. And then we're over here making jokes, thinking that it's all a scam.
They're legit.
But they're legit. They just want that clean water.
All legit.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. So, also from the BBC, I found that follow-up article about the Chinese woman who had multiple boyfriends. Dan, would you believe it if I told you this woman did 3 better? She had 20 boyfriends.
Wow.
Now, what's funny though is I could definitely see a woman appealing to 20 men and convincing them to be her boyfriend, right?
It's hard enough to get one girl to like you.
Yeah, let alone
this guy found 17. He was
17.
Very charming, this guy, obviously.
Mr. Juan, show me your moves.
Oh, hello, Mr. Juan.
So,
spelled with a Y, not a J.
Yeah, Y-U-A-N. Yuan.
Chinese.
You want to come over to my house and meet my 16 girlfriends? You can be number 17. Like this guy could do The Bachelor just with his girlfriends. He has so many. Like seriously.
I choose you. I choose all of you.
ScruffCast back better than ever. So, let me tell you about this woman and her 20 boyfriends. This is from 2016. Mm-hmm. Given what a challenge it can be to get on the property ladder in the country, China, it's probably no surprise that Chinese social media was buzzing with one particular property story last week. It started when a blog was published on the popular blogging platform, the Tianya Yidu forum. Oh my god. By a person writing under the pseudonym Proud Quiabo. So, Proud Quiabo penned a tale.
You don't know what these things actually say.
Quiabo, yeah, I do.
All right.
Proud Quiabo penned a tale that, if we hadn't been able to verify it ourselves, would seem like the plot of a pretty average airport romance novel. So it's verified by BBC. So I'm ready for this. The lead character in Proud Quiabo's account is a colleague whom Chinese media have dubbed Xiao Li, not her real name. Xiao Li, a woman from the city of Shenzhen in southern China, asked each of her 20 current boyfriends to buy her a newly launched iPhone 7. She then sold all of the phones to a mobile phone recycling site called Hui Shu Bao for 120,000 Chinese yuan, about 14,500 British pounds, and used the money to put down a deposit on a house in the countryside. So this woman is pulling the long con. She gets 20 boyfriends, convinces them all to buy her a phone, and then she resells the phones.
Just to try to buy a house.
Yeah.
The real problem is the real estate market.
Yeah. Oh, it's only gotten worse.
Yeah.
So, Proud Quiabo wrote in the blog post that when Xiao Li showed her her new house to their group of friends, they were all very surprised when she revealed how she had managed to obtain the money for the deposit. Yeah, no shit, they're surprised. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everyone in the office is talking about this now, wrote Proud Quiabo. Who knows what her boyfriends think now? This news has become public. So I imagine they're probably mad. Like, what? She's got 19 other boyfriends? So Proud Quiabo added that Xiao Li is not from a wealthy family. Her mom is a housewife, her dad's a migrant worker. Why are they giving us this woman's backstory? Blah, blah, blah.
She had 20 boyfriends.
But she had 20 boyfriends. It's ridiculous. So apparently they used a hashtag on Weibo, which is like this Chinese social media site.
Weibo?
Yeah, that translates as 20 mobiles for a house. Is the translation of the thing. So many social media users like small sand is growing. Oh, we have somebody dropping in on the podcast.
Somebody just walked through the door.
We're talking about a story where a woman in China had 20 boyfriends and convinced all of them to buy her iPhones, and then resold all the iPhones to put a down payment on a house.
Yeah. And there was another guy who had 17 boyfriends. Or no, sorry, 17 girlfriends. But 17 boyfriends is okay too.
Yeah, you can even have like 10 of one, 7 of the other. It's all cool in the ScruffCast. What else?
17 girlfriends he had. And then the only reason he got caught is because he got sent to the hospital.
Yeah, so then they all showed up.
You want to come say hi?
They were concerned about him.
Come say hi. She's nervous. All right. We'll move on here.
I wish I was that smart.
You're no fun. What? She just said, I wish I was that smart.
This is a dance fiance.
Maybe she is. Maybe I don't even know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she was out. We don't even know where she was. Maybe she was visiting.
She said she was at her friend's house.
Number 3, number 4. Anyways,
as long as she's collecting the money.
Yeah, she had a very suspicious duffel bag full of iPhones. So the story just goes on to say about like how ridiculous it was that this woman did this, and I guess her story got out. Now, first off, she told all her friends, but like they must have known about this beforehand, right? Because she's got 20 boyfriends. Where do you find the time?
Yeah, she's talking to her friend like, Zhang Wang is taking me here, and then all of a sudden she's like, Sing Fang is taking me there. I'm like, oh, who are those two different people?
Aren't you dating Chang Woboy? They'd be like, what? I can't believe you guys went 2 weeks without this. How could you live your lives?
All right.
Anyways, the story blew up on social media in China, and it was like all over the place. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, having one girlfriend's tiring enough.
Yeah.
I think it's about time to wind it down.
All right.
So we'll give you our question to ponder for this week, which is, It's more like a scenario to ponder. I'm interested to see. I really hope the listeners actually write to us at scruffcast@gmail.com or tweet us at scruffcast with their answers to this one. So let me give you the scenario. You're walking in a forest and you find a black suitcase. Inside it holds $1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word. Don't. Would you take the suitcase home or leave it? Ooh.
We should have saved this one for the Halloween episode.
We should.
Read it again, because it's kind of long.
All right. You're walking in a forest.
I'll do sound effects.
Okay.
Keep going.
And you find a black suitcase.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know.
Inside it holds $1 million
Cha-ching.
and a piece of paper stained in blood
Oh.
with a single word.
Don't.
Would you take the suitcase home or leave it?
That's an interesting one.
That is. Scruffcast@gmail.com. Write in. Tell us your answers to this one. Or tweet us at Scruffcast. If you're listening on YouTube right now, give us that thumb up. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Do you have 20 boyfriends to taking up all your time? Hit that thumb up. Come on. Don't be a jabroni. Speaking of jabronis. That's what they call a pregnant pause, Dan. Adding suspense.
Okay.
Speaking of jabronis, so you might know we have the idea for Hero of the Week. Which we have
we're
to
gonna
give
get
out
to.
our Hero of the Week this week. But we're also thinking of also introducing Jabroni of the Week, which is like, think of jabroni as like the opposite of a hero. I don't know how familiar people are with the term jabroni.
Probably not very familiar.
It's a term I've always heard.
Me too.
I can give you the Urban Dictionary definition for the listeners if they
Please do.
If it would load on my internet. It doesn't look like it's loading.
Okay, anyway, a jabroni is just like, like an idiot. Just kind of like, you can call anybody a jabroni. Like a guy does something stupid. If he's like, and driving in a car, you get mad at him. Yeah, what a jabroni,
Yeah, it's not necessarily like super harsh.
No. It's just like, you're an idiot, you're stupid. That's kind of it.
Yeah. Think of it like Clown of the Week. Like, look at this clown.
Yeah. So jabroni of the week is going to be the next one, which we're not. Or do you want to do it on this one? Do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I've got a person to be jabroni of the week this week. But first, we got to give our Hero of the Week this week. Okay. We're figuring all this out live on the air.
We got too much going on this podcast now.
We got a lot going on, but the listeners love it.
We got to cut some shit out.
Do we?
I'm getting all confused here.
Do we give Hero of the Week first and then Jabroni of the Week?
Give the jabroni first, because we end on a high note with the hero.
Jabroni of the Week, it's got to be that supervisor for the woman at the DMV.
Yeah, it's not even the girl who slept.
No, this girl's...
It's the supervisor.
She's just a crappy employee. It's the supervisor. I thought she was only missing 20 to 30 minutes.
ScruffCast sealed of disapproval.
Yes.
Jabronied.
It's like a minus bueno.
Hey, supervisor, you just got jabronied.
Hashtag jabroni.
Okay.
All right. And
Hero of the Week.
Hero of the Week.
John, who do you have for your Hero of the Week?
This is a tough one. How can you not give it to the guy who had 17 girlfriends? No, it's got to be the woman who had the 20 boyfriends, because she's like.
But that was kind of like a side story.
Kind of, but if you're a hero, you're a hero.
Fair enough. If you want to go with the woman, you can tag team. You can put them together.
Yeah, we could tag team. Let's say the Chinese duo with multiple significant,
with 37
significant others. They're not really significant
others.
if you can count them in the dozens.
With others, yeah.
Yeah, so that's our hero and that's our jabroni.
That's not my hero of the week.
Who's your hero of the week?
My hero of the week is the guy that dragged the guy off the train. That's a veteran move, That's a business guy. If that happened in New York, it's not even newsworthy. That happens probably weekly. Just because it happened in California, you know what I mean? They're all freaking out about it.
It's really hot in California, and the guy's wearing a suit. He's all sweaty. He doesn't want to be stuck on the train.
The guy's like, oh my god, this guy's having a goddamn seizure. Just gotta drag him off here.
Yeah,
I gotta get to my business meeting. That's a veteran move. I like it.
I can't argue with it.
As long as it wasn't racist, I like it.
Man, I think the article is more racist than this guy.
Agreed.
If you got beef, email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, @ScruffCast.
Instagram us at
The ScruffCast.
Find us on YouTube.
By searching for ScruffCast.
Okay.
Give us a thumb up, subscribe. Leave us your answer in the comment for the question to ponder. Or your hero of the week, jabroni of the week. We got a lot of stuff.
Take your pick.
We do got a lot of stuff going on.
If you're getting too confused, also let us know, because I'm getting too confused here.
Well, this was us just kind of sort of getting back on the wagon. It was a little confusing. We had a new studio space.
You're right.
We took a week off. We didn't even remember what was going on.
Everything's just been.
We're getting in the groove. I feel like this podcast is just going to start hitting its stride. Episode 31 of the ScruffCast.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening to episode 31, like George just said, of the ScruffCast. And we'll catch you next week.
As I'm watching her go, all I'm thinking is, oh damn that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.